Hi, my friends. Happy Monday. I hope your Monday has started out beautiful and wonderful because it's a new week and it's a new beginning. And so I want to spend a little bit of time today talking about new beginnings and what that means and where we need to start. So, something I hear so often that people say when they are wanting to make some change is they focus on the outcome. If when I lose weight, I will feel better and I will feel confident and happy and all of this thing. When I make more money, I will feel amazing. When I and all my worries will be gone when I get the new job, when I finish my MBA, when I do all this stuff, because they're wanting something about their life right now to be different, because something doesn't feel right, and or something feels incomplete, and they're really working towards that next place. I have like kind of a shadow, but that's okay. Hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe it's like an orb that is a little guardian angel on my shoulder. I love it. I hope so. So, but where should we be? So all of these people are looking for something different, to feel different in some way. And then when they create that change, they are still left wanting. They are still left needing that something that is going to cause them to continue or to start overeating again and gain that weight back, or feel like they need to go back to school and get another degree, or continue saying yes to projects. I mean, there are so many different reasons why people are unhappy with the now, and they try to fix it in all of these ways. And the problem is that they are starting at the wrong place. They are starting at all of the to-dos that they think will make them feel better and that they think will fix that hole. But where they really need to start is really working on the love, working on the self-love, working on the self-acceptance of where they are now. That they may have 20 pounds that they would like to work towards losing, but loving where you are now, loving how you look in the mirror, really, or not necessarily loving how you look in the mirror, but loving the vessel that you see, loving the being that you see, knowing that when you start treating that being with love and kindness and generosity and acceptance and compassion for its humanness and all of the ways that it is perfect, that the essence of us is amazing and perfect, when we start loving the truth of who we are and then working on all of the other things to enhance the beauty of where we are, two things will happen. We will not only get the results that we're looking for, you will lose the 20 pounds, you will feel good about your parenting, you will do all of those things, but you will also be happy doing it. I work a lot with weight loss and weight change, and this is a fundamental flaw that I see in all weight loss journeys. They focus on the food and the exercise and those are the two main things. They focus on those things, and those are a small component of what we need to lose weight, but they miss the biggest piece of what has caused them to gain weight in the first place, and that is love, self-love. Really knowing, really loving who you are now, the essence of yourself, and really working on that and then still doing all of the things that we do to care for ourselves better. That is why I always talk about weight loss as a journey of self-care, because if you spend all of your time counting calories and following a menu plan and exercising and running, but it's all from a place of not enough and brokenness and everything else, you will it will, one, be super hard to continue to push that way and do the things that you need to do to lose the weight. But you will then gain it all back because the hole hasn't been filled. The exercise and the food and everything else, that's a round peg. The emptiness of self-doubt and lack of love and lack of self-compassion and negative self-talk, that hole that all of that has created is a square hole. And when you fill that with weight loss, it still doesn't fit right and it still feels uncomfortable. So you have to first fill that hole with what it takes to fill it, and that is always loving who you are. Because our soul, the essence of who we are, the soul that has that is our essential self, wants to be seen, heard, and loved. And when we live here so much thinking that we need to fit into some ideal, and once we make these changes, then it'll all be hunky-dory, then it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so whatever journey you are on right now, and it just doesn't feel quite right, it's just not getting you to feel the way you want to feel, I really encourage you to take a step back. You can still doing all the things that you're doing, but just ask yourself, am I doing this from a place of love and acceptance? And how can I begin to love and accept the who I am right now? And something that I hear all the time, and maybe it is that old negative self-talk voice in my mind that is reminding me of this, because I have said this to myself so often. Part of why we create all of this negative self-talk around the things that we want to change is that we think that once we unconditionally love and accept that the essence, the who of who we are, where we are now, that is going to somehow make us complacent, and that we're not going to actually lose the weight that we're hoping to lose, or whatever the outcome is. That loving where we are is going to make us complacent, but that it can't be further from the truth. Because once we really start fitting into our soul's version of ourself, and we start seeing ourself the way our soul sees us and God sees us and the universe sees us truly, we start doing things externally to match that internal feeling of ourself. And so, like I said, if something doesn't feel right, if something feels off, or something feels particularly hard, turn it around and stop worrying about all the to-dos and start looking at the being that you are creating, and love yourself a little harder, because that is what is going to get you where you want to go. I wish you all the best, my friend, and I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week where you shine your light and start moving in your journey towards the best version of yourself. Until next time.